Hi there, this is Ian Wright. I'd like to do a little thing today on loving kindness meditation, which I think I've done something about that a couple of years ago, but it's so well researched and it's so easy to do, and it's such an important practice that it's worth going over the reason why it's important. So this practice comes from Tibetan Buddhism, and it's a practice that's designed to help develop feelings of empathy towards self and towards others. And it's a very simple practice, and after I just chat about the benefits of it, I'm just going to fire straight into it. And it's something you can learn in 3 minutes, and you can do, and if you spend 10 minutes a day, there are clear and proven responses in the body and the mind. So the first thing is all of these things I'm going to talk about are from research. They're all research-based between 2003 and about 2018. Various different research projects using a very basic loving kindness techniques. So it's been shown to increase positive emotions, for example, feelings of joy, contentment, hope, interest in things, and social connection. It decreases negative emotions, ones of hopelessness, etc. It has a very strong effect on increasing vagal tone. The vagus nerve is very important, and I talk about it quite a lot in terms of its response in regulating some of our stress reactions, adrenaline, etc., is the sympathetic nervous system, and that's our fight, flight, fright response. That is counterbalanced by the parasympathetic nervous system, which is governed mainly by the vagal nerve. And that regulates heart rate, helps with blood pressure, some of the vascularity in the body, has a huge amount of effects on the sphincters of the gut, etc. It has an effect actually on a huge area of the body, especially all our organs, and regulates a stress response in the body. And so this has a direct effect on increasing vagal tone, which actually helps decrease a stress response. Consequently, there are effects which, for example, there is a research showing decreased migraines and chronic pain, especially low back pain, using these practices. It's been shown to be helpful in post-traumatic stress disorders and other issues like schizophrenia, spectrum, anxiety disorders. It acts also to activate a sense of empathy, a sense of social connection, calms the heart. Actually has an effect to increase the grey matter, which is an important part of the neural connections of the brain, which deals in the areas that deal with emotional regulation. So it actually changes your brain, a practice. It's amazing, really, that you can see this, because nowadays you can have these multiple imaging techniques, so you can actually see how parts of the brain change, and that's given us a whole new way of looking, actually, at how certain things can affect the brain. It seems to make us more helpful and more engaged socially then, because we have more compassion and consequently an increase in social connection, which is terribly important. And I think this is a lovely technique actually to do as you get older. It's a really beautiful one, actually. It acts also to help decrease our self-criticism, so we're less self-critical, and actually has a physiological effect on processes of aging. Telomeres are chromosomal add-ons which act as kind of biomarkers of aging, and these tend to be longer if you have increased longevity, and this has an effect on that. The most interesting thing for me about this technique is it's been shown to have effects within 2 weeks, and if you keep going, it has effects over a long period of time. So enough about the research, and let's get to the practice. And so for this, let's just find somewhere quiet to sit, and we're going to spend, say, 10 minutes just practicing this technique. And you can develop this in completely your own way. It's a principle of practice, and you can adapt the words, but the theme of the words are as simple as this. You're saying, and we start normally by looking at ourselves, because actually compassion, of course, comes from ourselves first. Before we can be compassionate with others, we have to be somewhat kind to ourselves. So we start by saying, may I be happy, may I be well. And if you're just feeling a little bit tense before this, just relax. Allow your breathing to relax and calm. And close your eyes and say to yourself, either out loud or quietly, may I be happy, may I be well. And when you say that, feel that in your body. Feel that, may I be well. Feel that kind of blessing on yourself. May I be happy, may I be well. And say it, well, either 7 or 9 times maybe. It depends how you feel. Feel it out. Feel what is the right amount of time. Sometimes if you really embody it, you can say it, say 3 times. But it's nice, sort of either 7 or 9 times, I think, feels quite good to me. Because you kind of tend to embody it more. May I be happy, may I be well. May I be happy, may I be well. And may I be happy, may I be well. It feels wonderful. And I've been researching all these kind of techniques from Buddhism and Taoism for, 25 plus years now. And I was thinking to myself, well, why have I always been drawn to doing this? And I think that a really simple answer would be that they actually feel good. They make you feel peaceful and calm and connected, and it's as simple as that. And we're all looking to do that, and I think that's why I've been constantly, you should see how many books and studies I've had on these subjects. It's amazing. But may I be happy, may I be well. Now, the interesting thing now is we flip it. So we're going to go outside ourselves. So we have embodied a sense of may we be happy, may we be well, and then we go to someone else outside of us. Now, we'll start with someone who's neutral, say the person in the post office, or someone who you don't feel either positive or negative to. They're just someone else. And the first person that comes to mind, and you say, may you be happy, may you be well. May you be happy, may you be well. May you be happy, may you be well. And really think about them when you're saying it. Get a sense of them and get a sense of sending them warmth. May you be happy, may you be well. And you mean it from your heart. Feel it from your heart. And there's something very beautiful about sending positive emotions to someone who you either don't care about, whether you know before that, and you're sending them warmth. Now we've flipped to an easy one, to someone who you really love, like a child or a parent or a partner or a loved one. And that's a really easy one. Really send that with warmth. May you be happy, may you be well. May you be happy, may you be well. And may you be happy, and may you be well. Now, it's a very nice thing to do, is to actually just go through a series of people. It's almost like offering a prayer. You can go through everyone in your family and do this for sort of 25 minutes, and it's beautiful. Just may you be happy, may you be well. And it's interesting, as you send feelings of warmth, you feel that warmth. You feel your chest getting warm and softening. It's a direct response. May you be happy, may you be well. So just go through maybe 3 or 4 members of the family. Maybe now turn it to someone who's in your family who you love, but they kind of annoy you. May you be happy, may you be well. May you be happy. May you be well. It's saying it's okay. You know, I know you're annoying. It doesn't matter. May you be happy. May you be well. And I mean that from my heart. May you be happy. May you be well. Now we come to the challenging one, which is someone who really irks you, someone who's actually upset you, someone who you haven't quite forgiven maybe for something, someone who you dislike, you know. I can think of certain American politicians, etc., you know. Well, may you be happy, may you be well. It's, you know, someone who's upset you, and it's almost like a forgiveness. May you be happy, may you be well. And that's the most challenging one, is someone who's upset you personally. May you be happy, may you be well. May you be happy, may you be well. May you be happy, may you be well. And the metaphor for this really is we are sending loving kindness as a metaphor to parts of ourselves that we don't like. And we're embracing everything. We're embracing the oneness of us all together. And it brings that feeling, because you embody feelings of love and compassion for everyone. And another one is to send love and compassion to certain animals, or pets, or dolphins, or whatever. May they be happy, may they be well. And you can go on all day, actually, and it's a really lovely thing to do, because it changes your brain waves into ones of, actually shifts the brain waves into a shorter, slower brainwave. And that's been researched as well. But it brings a sense of calm, it brings a sense of connection, and it's incredibly easy to do, and anyone can do this. You can teach quite a young child to do these practices, and actually, wouldn't it be beautiful for kids to do this at school? You know, to each other. May you be happy, may you be well, to each other. You know, so simple, but so incredibly effective. And that's the thing about some of these techniques, is they're incredibly simple, but they have very clear, proven responses. Anyway, please do that. I think it's a wonderful thing for these times. May you be happy, may you be well.